Hello, my name is Julia Borda, and this is the final project for a seminar on professional development from a degree course on Licenciatura at Universidad Nacional del Litoral. I was required to think about and design a professional development proposal aimed at English language teachers. So this is my suggestion: drama in the EFL Classroom. So it's a course on how to put drama-based techniques into practice. So this presentation has a dual focus. First, we're going to talk about drama, which are the benefits of drama, why drama can be a really viable and useful topic for English language teachers. And then we're going to think about how we can organize all this content in a valid format that complies with the characteristics of effective professional development. So my objectives are first to suggest a significant topic in English language teaching and learning, and also a valid format to organize it that includes stages of theory, practice, and reflection, and then to encourage all teachers, and educators in general, to seek opportunities of professional development and growth and collaborative work. So we'll start by looking at the definition of drama. Whenever we think about this term, we might think about the art of histrionics, the rehearsed and performed behavior of actors and actresses in front of an audience on stage. But actually, the reality is that neither teachers nor students need any kind of professional training in order to adopt a drama in the classroom. So this is firstly because the word drama comes from a Greek word, dran, that means to do. Whenever we speak and we put the language into practice, we are actually doing things. We're already acting. And secondly, students can only focus and we can only engage our students in those kind of drama activities with which they feel at ease, which can be adapted to their level of confidence, their level of proficiency, their age, right, to our educational reality. And so it is important here to look at drama in the broader sense of the word. Drama is not only improvisation and role playing that can be actually done with the more advanced students, but it involves a broader scope of activities of relaxation, concentration, imagination, visualization, pronunciation, voice projection, tempo, physical movement, connection to feelings. So that's the key point, to think of drama with including all its tools. So taking all this into account, how can we teachers and our students benefit from drama? Well, as Susan Hilliard interprets Heathcote's words, who is a pioneer in the drama approach to teaching, drama should be both joy and a challenge. What she means is that through drama we can add the dose of play to teaching that can help us make the experience more fun and memorable for our students, as well as increase their levels of motivation, confidence, and self-esteem. According to Wilkinson, the drama approach to teaching is a multisensory approach, since our whole body, our whole brain is at play. And it goes hand in hand with Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, and we can comply with all the learning styles of all our students in Cole's terms. Right, so drama can also help us contextualize the linguistic components that we want to teach, helping make the experience more authentic and real for our students. Since we can provide a view of things like the setting, the conflicts that can go on in a relationship, emotions, needs, and culture, and then so it provides social awareness. Students can speak, act, and move as if they were somebody else. And Finally, last but not least, we can say that drama can help us teach those difficult to teach aspects of language and, for example, make understandable things like joke, irony, and dual sense. So now we move on to the structure of the course. How can we structure the content of drama techniques in a course? Well, my idea was to think about two kinds of sessions, introductory and practical sessions. Since we're talking about techniques, techniques need to be put into practice. Let's say that we are talking about 4 introductory sessions and 4 practical sessions. The important thing here is to alternate them. What is key here is to combine the introduction of the techniques with clear possibilities to put them into practice, right? So if we are talking about weekly sessions, then we would be talking about a 2-month course, and wherever it results convenient. Probably if this is done within a school, within a single language department, this can be done in the school hall or classroom. But if it's done among teachers from different schools, then it can be done in a public place like the local auditorium or theater, right? So who are the participants? Of course, the drama instructor or any expert on the field who does not need to speak English, then the English language teachers who are going to participate in the course, and then a moderator will be selected among the teachers every week to moderate the practical sessions only, and we will talk about this in a minute. So let's focus on the introductory sessions first. In this kind of sessions, the drama instructor is going to introduce 1 or 2 techniques that can be useful for language teaching and learning, and she must explain how they can be applied to language teaching and learning. What is the usefulness? What aspects or linguistic competence can be fostered through this technique, and what should be the desirable outcome of using this technique. Secondly, the sessions should be 1 or 2 hours long, and the expert, the instructor, does not need to speak English. Of course, these sessions can be delivered in Spanish. The content of these sessions should be comprehensive enough to comply with different levels of proficiency, from beginners to intermediate or advanced, different styles, different group sizes, since we could have a heterogeneous group of participant teachers in this course. And then the instructor, of course, should have an appreciation of their teaching realities and should be flexible enough to adapt the content accordingly. Then at the end of the session, a moderator teacher will be selected so as to moderate the practical session that follows. So now we're going to talk about the practical sessions. The practical sessions are aimed at putting into practice the techniques that were introduced in the previous theoretical session, right? So teachers should come up with ideas on how to put these techniques into practice inside their classroom and through different activities, and also test these activities. Right, so these sessions should be at least 2 hours long, right? They should be carried out in English so that teachers can practice the language among their peers, and the moderator teacher is the one who is going to organize the participants in small groups or as a whole, and he or she can also encourage the participant teachers to bring realia to these sessions, or music or costume or any kind of props that can be useful for the practice of these techniques. And so this is collaborative work, as I said. When we teachers work among peers, we can come up with fabulous ideas. And the final last minutes will be allotted to reflection and discussion. Okay, so here we come to the final outcome of the course. What is the final activity that the participant teachers can do at the end of the course? Well, they are going to present an instance in which they were able to implement the techniques introduced in the course. So they are going to share this instance of implementation, and they can include narrations or add any kind of content that can help portray the experience, pictures, videos, complementary pedagogical material. They are going to include a reflection on this, how these techniques were useful or not inside their classroom, and of course, the exchange and prompting of ideas among peers is really encouraged. How can I myself adapt the techniques that you use to my own classroom? What is my perception of your experience? How can this be improved, for example? Of course, that the instructor also is going to provide feedback to the participant teachers. This can be done through any kind of remote tool like email, WhatsApp, through a Facebook group, or a collaborative folder on Google Drive. Well, why do I think that this proposal can actually work? Well, I try to make sure that it complies with the key components of effective professional development according to Diaz-Maggioli, for example. He says that effective professional development calls for opportunities for teachers to select, plan, carry out, and evaluate the professional development activities in which they are involved. We have seen that this proposal attends all these stages of effective professional development: the theoretical, the practical, the reflective, and even the evaluative stage. Right? It also promotes collegiate and collaborative work on the construction of ideas and ways of introducing the techniques and the actual activities that we can do inside the classroom, and the teachers collaboratively put themselves in their students' shoes, actually testing what they are going to do inside the classroom. Also, professional development, according to Diaz-Maggioli, should address not only the language proficiency, but also cultural understanding. We have seen that the drama approach can help us contextualize, and we can help provide our students with a more comprehensive insight into the culture of English-speaking countries. And then finally, what he claims is that the ultimate purpose of professional development is to promote effective teaching that results in learning gains for all students. We have seen that the drama approach is a multisensory approach, and that this course is aimed at teachers of students of all levels and styles, right? So we are trying to be inclusive here. Finally, I think this proposal is flexible, since it can be done within a school with the teachers of a single language department, or it can be done among schools. While within a school, teachers can do some collaborative planning based on a drama approach, as well as among school. They can pay observational visits to different schools to see how this is working out. So this brings me to the end of my presentation. I invite you teachers to try out this plan or create your own, since, as Gotzandana says, who dares to teach must never cease to learn. So we teachers should walk non-stop on a path of professional development. So I do hope that you found this useful, but also enjoyed it.